Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Taylor, and today I will be showing you how to create a custom favicon and how to use the htaccess file. A favicon is a small icon associated with the URL that is used to recognize the brand of the website. Here are some examples of a favicon. You will typically find these in your address bar, in an open tab, or in your bookmarks. So when you're creating your favicon, you'll want to take in consideration the file types, and the different file types are the ICO file, which is an image format used for computer icons. This is the most common type of file to use for a favicon. Most editing programs like Adobe Illustrator won't let you save as a .ico file, so you will have to use another resource. I will show you a great resource later in this tutorial. PNG is a file type that allows for transparency with your logo. This is good to use when you have a round shape, for example, and don't want a white background showing. JPEG is a very common file type that does not use transparency. And GIF, or GIF, however you want to say it, this file type saves with transparency but tends to look pixelated or have rough edges. I don't recommend using this file type, but I do recommend using ICO or PNG. The most common sizes are 16 by 16 pixels, which is what you would see in a tab or most commonly used size, 32 by 32, and 48 by 48 pixels. And these all vary based on what device you're using. So there's lots of different programs that you can use, and there are many free tools available online that can be used to create a custom favicon. For this tutorial, I will be using Adobe Illustrator and Iconifier.net. So if I open my Adobe Illustrator program, I've already created just a really simple logo, and you want to make sure that you use basic shapes like this circle and contrasting colors so that you can see it, especially against the background colors of your browser. So once you have your shape made, your logo made, you will want to export it. You can do export as, or you can do save for web, whichever you prefer. I'm just going to do export as, and I'm going to save mine as a PNG file. And you'll want to save it as with the name favicon, so that when you use it in your root directory, you will be able to know exactly what file you're dealing with. So you can export this. I'm going to go into just into my presentation folder and export, and hit OK. You will want to go to Iconifier.net and you'll choose your file, presentation, right there. Upload your PNG file or whichever file and click Iconify. And it'll upload all these different sizes, and just for this demonstration I'm only going to worry about this one right here, which is actually a 64 by 64 pixel. And you want to save image as, and it'll open this up, and you'll want to save it to your root folder, the one that you use for your domain. Save it as favicon, and it'll save as an ICO. And I'm actually going to save it in my images just so I can find it. And hey, I already have one there, so I'm just going to, you just save it on your computer. I'm going to cancel out here. And so that's in there. And next you'll want to go to your index.html file, and you'll want to type in link rel shortcut icon, and the href, just connect it to whatever your file is, and then the type, which is image/x icon, and then you'll want to hit save, and save. And next you'll go to your FileZilla, and you'll want to upload this favicon. Let's see, I already got it. Okay, so upload that to your remote site, and then you'll also want to go and update your index.html folder file. And if we go to, see right now, well, okay, just pretend this is 404 isn't here, but right now this is the default Bluehost favicon. And then if we go to my website, there is my favicon that just pops up. So you'll want to add that to your index.html. So next part is I will be showing you what a htaccess file is and what it can do. So htaccess, which stands for hypertext access, is a file that allows a developer to enable or disable certain features of the Apache web server. Some of these features include redirecting users. htaccess can redirect users to a new page if they type in the wrong URL. It can link your web page to error documents. You can protect your content using password protection. You can also choose which files are visible to the public. If you have a long, complicated URL, you can use the htaccess to simplify or rewrite your URLs to something that is more user-friendly and increases SEO. So to create a .htaccess file, you want to open any text editor, and I'm actually just going to use brackets just for ease. And I'm going to create a new file, and you'll want to name it htaccess.txt. And you don't want to name it .htaccess yet because your computer won't recognize this file because the dot is reserved for hidden files. So once you have your htaccess, to create notes in your htaccess folder, you just use the £, and you can just type whatever. This is a note. And to show you, I'm just going to show you for ease of this tutorial just one thing that you can do, and that is to connect your error documents. So I'm going to say error document for my note, and to show that you're going to be using an error document, you'll want to type a capital E, error, no space, capital D, document. Then you'll want a space, and I'm just going to use my 404 HTML page. So error document 404 space slash, and then your file name, whatever that is. Mine is 404.html. And then you'll want to hit save, command save, and you'll come over here to FileZilla and refresh. There it is. And so I've already got one here, so I'm just gonna, well, I'll just show you. Double click, and this one, to rename your file, you can just click rename, and then you'll just want to rename it .htaccess. And I already have this file, so I don't want to continue, and I'm just gonna actually delete this. And we're gonna show you how to edit this .htaccess that is already given by Bluehost. So you go right click, view/edit, reopen, and it's going to open my text edit file. And this stuff right here, this is just about the version of PHP that is recommended. I'm just going to ignore that. I don't know if you actually need it or not, but I know for sure we probably won't need this WordPress stuff. So I'm going to put my error document onto this and just title note error document. Remember, it's capital E, no space, capital D, document, and 404, and then slash file name 404.html. And we will save that, and you'll get this little message here in FileZilla, file has changed. You want to click yes. And so it'll update that, and you'll want to upload your 404.html page, whatever custom you use. I made one. I found a website that just makes ones for you, so it's not really personal, but just for this tutorial, that's what I used. So before we saw on my page that, oh, well, it's going to show the new one now. Okay, no. So this, before it showed this error message, which is the default from Bluehost. Now I will just pretend to type in a website that doesn't exist on my page. And voila, there is my new 404. And it's just as simple as that. And I would highly recommend go through and look at my description. I included a few links to the different articles that will help you to understand htaccess a little better, because there are so many different things that you can do on an htaccess file, but obviously I've run out of time, and so I hope you really look at those and find out all the different things that you can use with it. It's really powerful and it can do a lot for your web page. So I hope you've learned enough about these things, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask me. I'm not an expert, but I will do my best. Have a nice day.